welcome to this Excel tutorial on aggregate functions. In this video, we'll see how to use aggregate functions with syntax and examples. So what is the aggregate function? The aggregate function is used to aggregate values. Here we apply functions such as average, sum, count, max or min, or average, while also being able to, say, ignore errors or hidden rows that fall within a particular array or range. So I have some sample data here with the list of students and their scores and the percentage scores of the total values. So what I want here is to find the, say for example, average of all the percentage scores. For that, the function we normally use is the average function, which is equal to average of. And then I have to select the entire range, close parenthesis, enter. So this is what we normally do. But the average function will work only if we have all valid numbers or values in the range. So since we have a value not available here, which is actually an error, as the value is not available, our average function does not find the average of the range just because of this error. So to avoid that, and to calculate the average of the range excluding this error, we have to make use of a function called aggregate function. And the syntax is equals aggregate, which returns a list or database of aggregates. And I'll show you the list. So equals aggregate. Once you click on aggregate, it gives you a list or database of functions within aggregate. And this is where you can find the aggregate function for average, count, max, min, product, median, or whatever function you want. So here we would want to take the average. You select average, and then comma. This is where we handle the errors. So all the codes are here for ignoring certain kinds of errors. Here, what we'd want to do is ignore error values. Okay, so we want to hide or prevent the calculation of error values. So I'm going to select the number 6 here, comma, and then it's asking for array. So select your array, close parenthesis, and enter. Here you go. So we've now got the aggregate average value of the selected range, irrespective of my range having an error, because we've handled the error. Say for example I decide to hide a few rows here. Okay, so we select the rows, right-click, and hide. Alright, so once I've hidden the rows, this number is not going to change. But what I want is to see the aggregate average for the values listed in the sheet which are not hidden. And for that, I'm going to have to slightly modify the formula. So in the place of 6, which is going to ignore error values, I'm now going to select 7, where I want to ignore the error values and hidden rows. So select it and hit enter. And once you hit enter, the value has changed, where it's taken only the average of the values in the rows that are not hidden. And you can also double check it. Just select the range, and you can see the average is 64. Which matches our aggregate average. Similarly, if you want to find the sum or the max or min or the count, you can just change the value of the function. Say, for example, I want to find the maximum. Select Max, Selection, and Enter. So here in my data, max is 100%, so I've got 100%. Similarly, you can also find the minimum, which is equal to 5. So select it and hit Enter. And in my range here, 20 is the minimum. So I've got 20. So like this, as per your necessity, you can change the different functions under the aggregate function and then get a desired result where you can ignore errors and also hidden cells. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.